Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course the law of attraction. So in today's video, we are going to be doing a deep dive into some of what I've been picking up on collectively. So these messages may connect for you personally or some aspect of yourself or your life. And as I always say, use your intuition, only take what does connect for you in that personal way and leave the rest here. But there is a message coming through very strongly tonight, and I'm recording this video right at sunset, which might be some kind of synchronicity for someone. And it's one of those really beautiful, clear winter sunsets as well, even though it's really cold where I live right now. So the message that I'm getting is there is some kind of fear or anxiety or looping thought coming back up for you. It's interesting. I meant to say coming up for you, but then what came through is coming back up for you. So maybe this is something that's actually familiar, something that you've dealt with in the past. And the words that I kept hearing in my mind were do the opposite. What I mean by that is I feel that this fear or this anxiety I'm hearing it's trying to get you to speed up, but your soul is trying to get you to slow down, or it's trying to get you into this kind of like frantic, panicky, like fast moving sort of energy, like jumping in to try to fix something. But your soul is asking you to, I'm hearing lean back and observe. Maybe there's literally something or someone that you're meant to be more so like observing and just slowing down with instead of speeding up with, if that makes sense. So I do want to get into more on potentially what could be coming up here. If you do have anything that you'd like me to speak on, you can think your intentions, or you can write them in the comments section or write them down on a piece of paper, whatever feels the most aligned for you personally. So let me go ahead and shuffle the energy oracle cards to get us started today. Let me know how you've been feeling with the energy lately. There has been so much shifting on a collective level, and what I've been feeling is that there is that temptation to rush or to push or to force or something of that nature. But at the same time, there is this wisdom of the soul that is asking us to pull back and to slow down. I'm hearing when something wants you to speed up or to move faster, it may actually be your sign to slow down even more, like to counteract whatever this energy is that's like trying to rush you or trying to push you. Maybe for some of you, this is a literal physical person in your life, or some kind of like opportunity or something that's trying to move forward really fast with you or trying to rush you in some kind of way. And this may be your message to actually allow yourself to slow down and to pull back instead of rushing ahead with whatever that is. I'm also picking up that you may have certain routines or rituals that really work to keep you balanced, that are really personal to you. And it's going to be especially important at this time that you really prioritize those things to keep yourself stable through all of these crazy transformations that are happening for you on a higher level. So let's go ahead and pull some cards for you today. So I just want to know, what do you need to know most at this time? What can I channel? I'm feeling almost as though we're in some kind of void space right now. And right as I said that, of course, we pulled the Hermit. Yeah, there is this feeling of being in this like deep period of introspection or self-reflection, or maybe feeling less of a desire to go out or to do things or to socialize. But I really feel as though if that's how you've been feeling, that this is serving some kind of a purpose. I haven't done this in a little while, but I'm actually Oh, sorry, I dropped those for a second. I'm going to be getting out my chakra stones here. Okay, so I have a stone for each chakra center. And I'm not going to do a full chakra read, meaning I'm not going to have this be one of those readings where we go chakra by chakra and like all the way up through the system. But mainly, I want to be able to visualize when certain cards are connecting with certain chakra stones. So that's why I've pulled out the chakra stones in today's reading. I saw a hammock in my mind's eye, so that may be significant for someone. So the Hermit is connecting with the root chakra energy, with what is keeping you grounded right now. So I do feel, again, that there are certain things that you are doing when you are alone, certain like routines, or I'm hearing even if they seem routine, they're actually rituals in a way. I'm hearing, did you forget that you are magic? So there might be someone here who's almost forgotten their magic a little bit temporarily, or has been feeling sort of in a rut or in a funk, or just not quite feeling like they have their sparkle right now, if that makes sense. And so doing these routines or rituals through this like hermit mode or this time spent with yourself could actually help you to deeply tap back into your magic. And I'm literally hearing the words, something is asking you to trust it. Now, for some of you, maybe this is a person and you are struggling to trust a specific person in your life. For others of you, this could be just that process of transformation that's happening within you. And you're being asked, I'm hearing, to trust beyond what you can see. So there may be some of it that you can see on the surface, but there's so much that you can't see. And you're being asked to trust in those unseen realms in a way. Interesting. I'm going to see if I can channel more information about this. I'm also going to turn on my light because the sun is setting and it's starting to get a little bit dark in here. And I'm hearing you carry the light, or you carry the sunshine within yourself, which I always find to be an especially significant message in the winter when it's really cold and a bit darker outside, especially in certain parts of the globe. And you guys know that I love my sun lamp. It's one of those things that I had heard about for years, like getting some kind of a sun lamp, but I didn't realize how effective it actually is for me until I started using it in the winter. So I will look up my specific one. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that for it, but I'll leave just like a regular link to where I got it on Amazon in the description box of this video. So you can get the same one if you want to. I really like the one that I have because it has different modes, so different light levels. And personally, I like the one that's a bit more like an orange light, sort of like a more dim light. I love that sort of shade of lighting. I find it to be so comforting, but I will literally sit under this thing for a couple hours, a lot of days while I'm doing some of my journaling exercises and things like that. So I have noticed a big difference in my mindset since using this, especially in the winter. I would love to recommend it to you. If you live somewhere that's kind of cold and dark in the winter, it might be helpful to you too. I'm also just hearing something about dropping into your heart and how you speak from a different frequency when you drop into your heart as opposed to being in your mind. And I'm also getting something about how, we're getting really deep in quantum in this reading already, which I always love. I know many of you manifest these kinds of messages too. But what I'm getting is earlier when we talked about how something is trying to get you to like rush or to panic or to fixate or to like problem solve, I'm getting that this is something that's trying to trick you into being more in your mind or in your head, whereas your soul is trying to get you to drop back into your heart, because I'm hearing the solution comes from the heart, not from the mind. Ironically, the more you try to quote unquote solve or figure out whatever this is, I'm hearing from strategy, like from conscious strategy, from the mind, the less you are tapped into the true soul strategy that is actually guiding you into alignment and into the fulfillment of whatever it is that you're desiring. I'm also hearing something about the path of least resistance, taking the path of least resistance when it comes to something in your life, allowing it to be easier, to be more effortless, to be done in the energy of peace. And for some reason, this is really taking me back to when I talked previously about how your intuition is guiding you in a perfect rhythm for yourself. So essentially, you have a creative rhythm, and I'm hearing there's almost a part of your mind that may be trying to push you into an artificial rhythm. So that may be trying to rush you ahead faster than your intuitive rhythm because you think that that's what you need to do in order to thrive or in order to succeed or to quote unquote solve some kind of problem. But what I'm getting is you have this intuitive rhythm within yourself, a soul rhythm, if you will. And essentially, this is what you can do or what you can create while remaining in a state of alignment and peace and flow within yourself. And whenever you feel yourself stepping out of that peace into that kind of frazzled, anxious, like panicky state, and you're trying to take action from that kind of energy, what that means is that you're actually stepping out of your own intuitive rhythm and what is really truly like the most quote unquote effective for you. But what I'm getting about all of this is it's very counterintuitive because you would think the higher the output, the greater the result. But that's not how it works when it comes to this kind of soul creation that you're a part of here. And I'm hearing that there is something that you do every day that seems to tap you into that deeper soul rhythm. So these could be those rituals or those routines. I'm hearing the word magic, that like something about those things is so magical for you. Going back to this idea of doing the opposite, I keep getting this message that like, so for example, and there could be so many ways that this applies for you, but let's say that anxiety is making you want to close off and to like shut in on yourself and to fixate all your energy on trying to solve a certain problem. Well, doing the opposite there would actually be doing something that relaxes you or that brings you joy or that allows you to like take a mental vacation from whatever that is and do something fun, whatever that is for you. Maybe it's like going out to dinner or doing something fun. Again, that's going to look different from person to person, but this is kind of what I mean by doing the opposite. It's like your mind is trying to get you to shut down and fixate, but your soul is trying to get you to counter that rhythm, or really rather to counter that frenzy that's taking you out of your own rhythm. What I channeled in connection with this is slowing down is an act of rebellion. So what I'm picking up is like, it's almost as though you have to rebel against the system or the forces or even the internal pressure that may be trying to get you to speed up artificially, and allowing yourself slowness, peace, ease is like the rebellion to whatever this program is trying to push you into. I'm hearing you're going to succeed, but you're going to do it in your own way. And I feel that there is this slowness to how you are meant to be growing at this time, where it's like you are weaving together this whole foundation, this whole ecosystem of yourself and your life, and laying the groundwork in a very aligned way, rather than just like suddenly having this like quote unquote success that takes off all of a sudden, or something that shifts overnight but doesn't have that foundation to support it. You may feel as though you're growing more slowly compared to others, but it's because you are growing in alignment. You're growing in alignment with your inner self. And what that means is what you create is actually going to be more sustainable. If you were to just have that like sudden hit of growth or success or whatever it is that the mind thinks it desires, without the foundation that you're building, you may not be able to sustain it. And that's why this kind of soul-aligned success has taken you longer than others. You may see others doing or succeeding at things and wondering why it feels or looks so effortless to them. But in truth, it's because you are meant to be taking things at your own intuitive pace. You're meant to be building this whole foundation of your own success that's going to be sustainable for the long term. It's like you are not just manifesting success for the present moment, you are actually creating in future timelines where the foundation you're building now is going to support that success in the future. So let's go ahead and channel into more information here. I am kind of curious as to what gift this hermit kind of energy is bringing you, this feeling of needing to slow down and like really focus on your own energy or like your own routines or stabilizing yourself in some way. So let's see what wants to come through here. This card also says, the currents of universal being flow through me. So that could be a really powerful affirmation for someone. The currents of universal energy flow through me, or universal being, I guess. Love. I'm hearing you are a vessel of love. You are a beacon of love. So whatever it is that you do, whatever these rituals or routines are that you do, in essence, what they are actually doing is they are saturating your energy field with the frequency of love. And this is opening you up to fresh new inspiration and ideas. And it's also causing you to be this kind of satellite dish for love that is amplifying not only your frequency, but also amplifying the energy of everyone and everything that comes into contact with you. Essentially, it's kind of magnetizing your aura with this love energy that then becomes palpable and draws to it everything that you need. I'm hearing when you are living in the energy of love, you are going to attract everything and everyone that you need right when you need it. That is such a beautiful message coming through here. Okay, so let me go ahead and reshuffle some of the cards here and see what else I can channel through. Maturity. And I'm hearing merging your higher self or higher wisdom with your conscious physical human self. So something about, I'm hearing you going into the void or into this like solitude is bringing through this like depth of spiritual maturity. It's in a sense merging you with this higher version of yourself is what I'm picking up on here. Feathers could also be a symbol for someone. I'm definitely picking that up here. The Three of Pentacles. I'm hearing you are attracting forces and people that you need. So I don't know who I'm speaking to here, but I feel that for someone listening, you're going to be attracting in, or maybe you already are attracting in, collaborative forces in your life that are going to help you to connect more with this Nine of Cups energy, which is your wish fulfillment timeline. I feel that the people and things that you are now attracting in are actually going to be helping you to get to the next level in a way. Now, for some of you, this could be people who act as like mentors or who support you in some kind of way. This could be romantic people in your life. It could be friendships. Take this however it is connecting for you here. Yeah, I also pulled the Sun card here as well. When you find this reading, I feel that it will find you at a time where it's like right now you feel like you've been in the hermit. You feel like you've been in the void in this sort of solitude period, but you are entering this time of the Sun because I see these kind of showing a progression. Like we start at the hermit and then we end at the Sun card here. And you attracting what you need to make your dreams a reality, to make those wishes come true. And so I feel that this reading may meet you at a time where you feel as though you're in the dark, but right on the precipice of entering into some new phase of like brightness and light and like beauty and wonder for yourself. And so a lot of the pressure that you could be feeling right now is actually you sensing that you are right on the brink of something. It's like you can feel how close you are to this sun card energy, to this like powerful sense of success and confidence and freedom and happiness. But ironically, when you feel yourself so close to that and your intuition can sense how close you are to that, you can oddly enough feel even more heavy the closer you are to that lightness, the closer you are to that amazing next phase of your life. It's like almost because your subconscious can sense that you're just one step away from it, and it can kind of create almost like this tension or this frustration. I'm hearing just keep leaning more into the light, meaning like into the light within yourself. Resist the temptation to allow yourself to become anxious or to overthink or to fixate. Do the opposite. Rebel through your own slowing down, through giving yourself the gift of more ease and more of your own presence. I said this in a recent reading, but I really feel guided to reiterate it. And it is that your presence is the greatest gift that you have to give to anyone. So give more of it to your own self. Give yourself the gift of your own presence, whatever that looks like for you personally. So I'm going to be reshuffling the cards here, and oh, the sunset is so beautiful. Maybe there's a message coming through about basking in appreciation for the little moments, for little moments of like beauty or wonder in your life. So can I get another card here from this deck? What else can I channel through? Intimacy. I feel that this phase of your life is calling forth a new level of intimacy from you. Now, for some of you, of course, this could apply to a literal romantic relationship where you are being asked to show up more vulnerably, more emotionally, or literally intimately in a certain way. And you feel like you're being called into that, but it also feels unfamiliar at times. And at times, this can bring up a lot of waves of emotion because you have to adjust to those new levels of intimacy in a way with another person. For some of you, this could be in your community or friendships in your life. But what I'm getting for many is that this level of intimacy that's being called forth from you may actually be something that you're sensing when it comes to how you share yourself with the world. So your work, your passion, the energy you exude, I feel like it's calling forth from you a different level of vulnerability, because that's what intimacy is founded on, that vulnerability. And it's almost like you are getting really intimate with the way that you share yourself with the world, like mask off, heart open, soul first. And you're being called and pulled into that, but it's natural that that can require an adjustment phase, that it can feel emotional at times, because the sense I'm getting is you are bearing your soul in some kind of way, whether that's through your daily interactions or through some of your connections or through things that you're creating or setting into motion. It feels like this is the great unmasking in a sense where you are bearing your soul to the world. And it's natural that this could bring up a lot of emotions within you. And it can also bring up mechanisms within you that make you want to shut down again, that make you want to like close off and be less vulnerable, or like mask that vulnerability with some kind of like control in a way, or like trying to almost like manipulate the energy to hide those parts of yourself. But you're being asked to resist the temptation to do that and to simply bear your soul and let the rest fall into place. This really reminds me of in a recent reading when I talked about the life algorithm and how it correlates to the social media algorithm. And I know many of you left comments under that video resonating with that specific message, because we were talking about how algorithms are changing. And if you're an online creator, you've probably noticed that the online algorithms are changing because the algorithms are responding increasingly to openness, to vulnerability, to authenticity, to like bearing your soul and sharing your art and your truth and your unfiltered self. But in the same way, even if you're not a literal online creator, of course, you're still a soul creating here on earth in this human form. And so you have a life algorithm, just like your social media algorithm dictates what is brought in front of your eyes or in front of your feed in a way. Your life algorithm dictates what is brought into your conscious, perceptible human experience. And so what I'm getting is that your life algorithm is now responding to your openness and your authenticity and your vulnerability. And so I'm hearing cut through the noise. Like there's something about your energy that I'm hearing your energy isn't a trend. It's not like a quick viral moment. It's something that cuts through all of the noise. And it's something that seems to pierce through to the hearts and the souls of others. And that's why you and your essence and your energy are so unforgettable. And I know we're getting towards the end of this reading, but I feel like I can't close this reading without also saying, because it's coming up for me now in a download, that there are many people right now who are realizing just how unforgettable you really are. And I feel that I'm speaking to someone who has people from their past who may have tried to disconnect from you because I'm hearing it didn't make sense logically, or I don't know, there's something about like how their feelings for you couldn't really be logically categorized or didn't make sense to them. And so they tried to let it go, but only now are they realizing just how unforgettable you really are. So let's talk about you being unforgettable, because I feel like there is something coming up here. Can I get more about your unforgettable energy? Ooh, a card came flying out. The Chariot. This is what is going to bring the breakthrough that you've been looking for, that you've been maybe seeking through the mind, or that's been creating this anxiety for you. I feel that for whoever I'm speaking to here, you've been looking for some kind of breakthrough, or you've been waiting for a breakthrough. This breakthrough is going to happen through realizing the real reason that your energy is unforgettable. Because it's not about anything physical or literal or on the surface. Your true magnetism comes from your underlying soul essence. And this is something that you cultivate, that really you've cultivated through this whole lifetime, but that you are really solidifying and stabilizing. And I do feel a lot of that gets back to certain things that you do to keep yourself in that state of love and connection to your own heart, whether it's creating music or doing something you're passionate about or doing things you love, or through those daily routines that we talked about. But I do feel like there are ways that you keep yourself kind of like connected to that core part of yourself that is so unforgettable. But I'm getting that the more you realize consciously the value of your energy that underlies everything physical, the more you're going to experience this breakthrough, the more you're going to actually amplify these victories or these successes you've been looking for. There's something very crucial about quite literally really affirming to yourself, or really, really consciously understanding the value of your energy, and that is where your true value lies, and that it's not coming from anything specific that you are doing or any specific way you look or that you're behaving, that it really is energy first, and then all of those things are secondary. It's reminding me of Neville Goddard's teaching where he talks about the belief in second causes, like eliminating the belief in second causes, remembering the first cause, which is like everything comes from your assumptions about yourself, about the world, meaning like from your belief systems, from your mind, from like your energy, that it's all your energy and that everything else is secondary. And so what I'm getting is like at this time, you are really being pushed to remember the first cause of everything that comes into your life, of the people who come into your life and how they interact with you, the success, everything. You're being pushed to really consciously lock in the knowing that it is as a result of your energy, which is completely unforgettable. And it's not as a result of like any specific series of steps or logical actions or things that you are doing or saying or putting on the surface. It's all entirely your energy. And all of those things are just manifesting from that energy secondarily, but they're to be treated as secondary. And you are to be treating your energy as a first priority, knowing that everything in your life is a reflection of that. And as you are evolving internally, as you are expanding internally, whatever you are desiring to grow in the external is going to expand in correlation to that. And I'm getting that lately you've been kind of picking up hints of this or getting a stronger sense that something that you've been desiring to grow or to expand or to manifest in the physical is actually reflecting your internal expansion, how you treat yourself. And so if you've been in this loop or this rut where you've been feeling as though things in the external have somehow been out of whack or have been slipping or backsliding, or like maybe that's what your mind is trying to tell you. It's not true, but it may be what the mind is trying to tell you. This is not an invitation to start fixating and trying to problem solve from the level of the mind. It's actually an invitation to remember where your true power lies. And again, to like rebel against that temptation to fixate by actually slowing down even further, asking, what do I need to continue expanding into love, into joy, into those higher energy states? What do I need to feed myself instead of like feeding the external world or the external results? Because once you start feeding yourself again and locking in consciously that knowing that everything external is flowing from within, that is when everything begins to turn for you. But again, it's very counterintuitive because it comes when you stop looking for the solution externally. And so that feels like a really good pausing point. And I'm going to continue this reading onto our extended version of the reading. So if you do want to keep this going with me, you can join me in the extended version by clicking the link in the pinned comment or description box below. And you can listen to the extended readings either through YouTube memberships or through Patreon, just depending on your personal preference. The readings are identical both places. And when you do sign up for a membership, you get access to 3 exclusive readings I do every single week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays here on the channel. So, wow, this felt like a really important reading for someone to hear. So if that is you, I hope it reached you. I don't really know who this is for or how many people it will reach, but if it did connect for you and you feel guided to leave me some kind of comment under this video, I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, I am sending you so much love. Take care. And as always, I will connect with you here again in the next